too. Oh, we're live. We should say hello.
I'm not here yet. Well, I'm here.
Well,
but
you're live.
My mouth isn't moving. Hello.
Hello.
I'm Ash.
And I'm Fatima.
And this is
Fatash.
I can't move.
He left to go run some errands, so
I can't move.
He didn't talk to us about going live. He just did it.
That's what he does. Anyway.
I was putting on lip gloss.
Hold on, my neck is all crooked. I can't.
You were showing hands, real hands. Ashley's real, actual hands.
Actually, not at all.
Those weren't your hands?
Where do you see hands?
Okay, so before you turned into an avatar,
yeah,
you had hands. I saw human hands. I didn't see your face. I was like, oh, Ashley has figured out a different way to be faceless.
Oh, hell no. If my camera blipped on for a split second, those weren't hands you saw. Those were my titties.
No, I don't think you got titties like hands.
We're gonna have to run the camera back because I'm, as I normally am, completely naked behind the camera. So
you are normally completely naked talking to me?
Yep.
Huh.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah,
I
working from home. Work from home. Single in your apartment. Yeah, that's prime.
When I'm home, I'm in goblin mode. Save for today. Sundays are my least goblin mode because I've washed my hair. I haven't done my face mask yet, but I got my body creams on. I got my body oils.
Okay, so what kind of face mask are we talking about?
Just a regular Neutrogena.
Okay.
If I put it on before the show, I will not have washed it off until like 10 o'clock at night because then I'm doing blurred dye. So
I don't think it's supposed to stay on.
It's not. It's only supposed to be on for like maybe 5 minutes.
Girl.
But yeah, I haven't had wearing it long.
I've seen pictures of you on Facebook. I don't think it's doing any harm. So
I mean, it's not. That's one of the reasons why I'm like, I really can't have anything throw off my body's chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, having kids, that's gonna fuck me up for sure.
Even just having sex.
That too. Too. They talk about, oh, you gotta pee after sex. Like, huh?
Well, yeah. Well, also, even like condoms, no condoms. Yeah. But I have found like the ones that are like the least irritating.
But that's the thing. You gotta have gone through it to know, ooh, yeah, these ain't it. Yeah. You know, the closest I've gotten to something.
But also, you could just read books because, like, as I keep recommending that Guide to Getting It On by somebody with he has like a PsyD, which is like a clinical equivalent to a PhD. You can read about it. You don't have to go through it. You don't have to. But
I think it's still a matter of figuring out what your body's allergic to, and I haven't actually done like an allergy test.
But also, so like you can go you can't go the Goldilocks route and try everything. But also like there is research on what is generally less irritating. Yeah. And so like but I've always been a big nerd and learned so much from books.
Sure, that's why a lot of people don't really clock me as being a virgin until you get like deep into the nitty gritty conversations about sex. I have like I would say a superficial understanding of things in the sense that like I can hold a conversation, but then when it gets down to like anecdote stuff, that's when you notice. Like if the people who are paying attention, they'll notice, she's been real quiet with the whole passing around of, oh, this one time I did this. Oh yeah, that happened to me. I'll be like, yeah, I saw that on a show once. I read that in a story once. My friend went through this. My aunt went through this. It's never one time But I wonder how many people actually clock that. if they have, they haven't confronted me on it. So.
Well, also, unless like they are planning on one day being your sexual partner,
it's not important.
It's not really their business. Yeah. Like that's not like that's for you to share if you want to share it, and not something that
it's not really something that
it's not something that people go on. Or to go around asking about. Like that's we're not in high school.
No, I just mean like just conversations will just sometimes lead into that, you know, just casually. Let alone if you're playing some kind of party game.
Yeah. Oh, you probably win every Never Have I Ever.
Man, I actually just I got this like a while ago. Truth or Drink.
Yeah.
I got the game set or the box of questions from Target a few months back. It doesn't have all the questions though that will be on the YouTube channel. You can get like expansion packs or whatever, but I do have that card set. Don't know when or with who I would actually play it with, because I also have a light up shot glass that's really fun. Oh. But it's again outside of like casual conversations like this, most people don't clock it, or at the very least they have not clocked me for it. So it's always amusing to me when it shocks people.
Speaking of sex and sexuality, I read about a new or different type of sexuality that I had never come across before. Not in the book, which I studied from cover to cover as a teenager, or in my human sexuality class, or even in my human sexuality class that I took in undergrad, or even as a part of my like psychopathology class that I taught.
I mean, how many years ago was that, though? I feel like there's new discoveries in sex and sexuality.
It's not, but this is not a new discovery, though. This is the thing.
It's just new to you.
It's just new to me because, like, I had just never seen it mentioned, or if it was mentioned, I didn't remember it. So, okay. So, did you know that there are thousands of people around the world who are in committed relationships with objects? See?
Yes, I am aware of that. I forget what it's called because depending on the object, it's like a different something or other. Because I didn't know. I know there's like a woman who was like married to a car. That's the one that really stands out to me. The woman.
Okay, so like I got down this rabbit hole. Due to me reading books. Okay, so remember I've been reading
books. Books will do that. Books will do that.
I've been reading books before bed. I've even figured out how to turn on my e-reader from 2009.
Yep.
Okay, and I can add more books to it. And I remember last time y'all were like amazed I can add more books to it. But yeah, I can add more books to it. I have not been having a problem with it. I'm still very happy with it. But somehow book talk like drifted into my YouTube shorts.
As it should. You've been into books lately.
I've been reading books. I've been reading fiction.
The algorithm is listening.
Which, yeah, it is. Which led me to a book, I guess it was like popular this summer. And it was about a romance between a woman and a door.
I'm sorry. I'm trying.
Her front door of her apartment.
I'm trying.
And it's got trigger warnings in there about
understand how.
I'm very tempted to read this book. It's only 70 pages, but it is what? They give trigger warnings about knob insertion. No, knob insertion.
How the fuck did she get her cooch up that high? The doorknob is like hip waist. And then you gotta, like, maneuver your leg.
Or okay, so like, or you always got to remember. You always got to remember
the doorknob in her booty hole.
Because I did remember, like, there was a like article written by a dude who was into to horses, like that's a different type of sexuality that I didn't know about.
Yeah, I've heard about
And him
2
talking about
instances of that.
standing on a bucket in the back of the barn.
Oh my god! But there was a movie.
Hopefully that shit.
There's
Wait for her to like back into it. Yeah, there's wait.
Oh wait! Hold on. Wait, he was fucking the horse.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even worse. No, I was referring to, there's like a movie, if not 2, about dudes who get fucked by horses. And one of them died because it ruptured.
Yeah,
it ruptured something. Yeah, they were like
yeah.
One I want to say was a documentary, and the other one was like a fictional movie based on the documentary. I can't remember. I never saw them.
Real dude. He has a wife, but the wife knows everything about him and the horse.
And yet here we are, single.
I know. I know. That's fine.
Fucker.
Yes, but is single worse than coupled inherently? I don't think so.
No, I'm just saying when it comes, well, I don't actually want a partner, but it's like you have others out there who want companionship but can't seem to find it. Meanwhile, there are people in companionships that are like, how is this even compatible? How did you find a horse fucker? Also, that's not fair to the horse. I don't condone this. This is just go get a.
Have you ever read something and then wished you hadn't have read it because now you are sympathetic to the horse fucker? Like that's kind of what happened to me, because he was making some very good points.
About fucking a horse? Ma'am, watch your next couple words.
You should read it for yourself because he makes good points.
I'm not sympathetic to a horse fucker. The horse has no consenting ability in this situation.
Okay, and so what he says about that is that, like,
I hope,
because like, how do you know that the horse wants it, right? That's the question. Well, he's like, well, when you're petting a dog, how do you know that the dog wants you to pet him? It's like, well, you look at the body language. Is his tail wagging? Is he letting you? Blah blah blah. Like,
okay.
I was like, okay, that does make sense. I
will give you that because a horse will buck you off his back if they don't even want you riding them. So I'm pretty sure if they don't want you riding them in that way either, they will kick you in your shit with them hind legs. But
also, he does do foreplay. He does like.
Do not defend this man anymore. I already gave you that. The horse would have killed him already if he did not want it. We will leave it at that. We will leave it at that. But I still do not condone fucking an animal. You are a human being. Stop it. What is wrong with you?
I'm not saying I condone it, but I'm saying points were made, and
there are points made that the horse at least is not in immediate danger.
And it made me like question some things in terms of morality, because like, yeah,
again,
but also I'm not in a hurry to like change any of those laws, which is what he was ultimately advocating for.
I mean, the horse, again, my concerns for the horse are somewhat alleviated because, again, animals will just straight up kill you if they feel like it. They will do that. So, but still, nigga,
okay.
why?
So back to this.
Yeah, back to people fucking things they shouldn't.
In a fictional story. This was a fictional story.
It's real though.
It's about the horse and the man and him eating hussy.
I'm sorry. Let me get this straight. This nigga over here eating horse pussy, but won't eat his wife out. Ain't that some shit?
Oh, he didn't say he wouldn't.
I'm sure he doesn't. He don't.
I'm sure he does.
He doesn't. Ma'am, I need you to leave that man. Leave that man. Ma'am.
Why? It's all consensual. She knows all about it. The humans in this situation have consented to it. He has a very understanding doctor and vet that he spoke to make sure that there's no way that like he could give.
This is how we got COVID. This is how we got COVID. It's this man's fault for fucking his horse. This is why we have COVID.
That's not true.
We need to put a little disclaimer down at the bottom. We have no confirmation that this is how COVID was created or transmitted.
Oh no.
Oh my god. I don't like people. People are fucking weird. Were they black? I bet they weren't.
I don't know. I don't.
What were their names?
But don't go there either, because
I'm not saying black people don't do some fucked up shit.
Right, because I remember seeing a documentary on the BBC. I thought I was safe because I was like, okay, this is a BBC like documentary, and it was a long time ago. It was like 10, 15 years ago. But it was about people who had like fallen. It was once again this kind of thing where like people had fallen in love with their quote unquote real dolls. So these are like sex dolls.
At least it looked human.
These are sex dolls that are made of, yes, all up in the uncanny valley, are made of like silicone, and it's also like they're weighted to be like women who are around like 100 pounds or so. And the very, very first person so it was a documentary, it featured 4 different dudes. The very, very first person they went to was a black man in Ohio. Like,
okay.
And I was like, wow.
Okay,
wow,
but listen. When I say, in reference to the horse fucker, that they probably weren't black, this is not to say that black people do not do some weird shit. It's that black people generally do not put their weirdest sexual proclivities just out there.
That dude in Ohio did. He did.
I said weirdest sexual proclivities.
He was living
fucking
in his
a horse. Fucking a horse is higher on the weird sexual proclivities than fucking a doll that was made to look human.
He wasn't just fucking the doll. He was in a relationship.
Okay, but I'd rather you in a relationship with a doll than a horse. I said it. Do with that what you will. Because I also watched Chobits.
What's that?
Chobits was a manga anime about these essentially real dolls, but they were computers. And they looked, I mean, we didn't have, they weren't uncanny valley like the real dolls that we're working with. They're trying to make real dolls look more human, but the more they try, the more it's creepy. But this being an anime, you know, you can massage that uncanny valley away, and basically the only thing that stood between you being a human or you being a chobit was these little like cat ear like things on the dolls' heads. So you had them as men, you had them as women, and they were pretty much humans, but they were robots. All mechanical. And you would have people who would enter relationships with these dolls. I remember this one woman, she lost her whole husband to their fucking Macintosh. She came home one day and the locks were changed. Because this nigga wanted to have a relationship with the Mac computer instead of her.
Okay, but in real life, like...
In real life, if my nigga locked me out my house for a real doll... First of all, again, my house. For a fucking doll? I'm not just letting that... That's not going to fly. But that's not going to be, oh, you know, that's my husband and that's my husband's real doll.
The way that... like I found the dude in Ohio to be like the most intense, because like some of these people were, yes, like taking the dolls out for a picnic, or like
don't let that leave your house,
or go somewhere and like he'd act like his girlfriend was like waiting on him or whatever, so he'd like dress the doll up and put her in the passenger seat and like leave her in the car for hours while he goes to
he should. Did they push him around in like wheelchairs?
I didn't see any of that, but like the one who was in Ohio, he had her like in bed, and he had to like, he felt bad, like he had to carry her up to like a crate, because a crate in a truck, because he had to send her off to go get repairs. And when he talked about his real girl, it was like, well, I forget like how he talked about them, but he talked about regular human women as organic women.
Okay, then this nigga better be the same person who has that same energy for trans women.
And he didn't seem like he was like dissing anybody else.
I'm just saying.
Like, yeah.
It's like if you gonna categorize your real doll as a different type of woman and human beings as organic women, then I hope you have that same energy for trans women and you just throw trans women into organic women.
Probably.
He's like, either way, ill.
Like,
I don't like organic women. Ill.
And his parents, we never. I thought that was interesting. We never saw his parents because, like,
I wouldn't want to be seen. I don't know. That child was born from symbiosis. I don't claim that.
Cameron and Cruz were all up in their house because he lived in their basement, but we never saw them. They apparently did not.
Don't show the outside of my. Do not show the outside of my facade. Okay, make sure all family photos are flipped over or blurred in post. I don't want my neighbors asking me questions.
Okay, so back to the story.
I'm trying to see if I can find the documentary on YouTube.
But keep talking. Is a romance between a woman and a door from the perspective of the door. And it's called Unhinged.
I like, all right, you get points. You get points for the pun. Okay, there's levels to it. I love it. Unhinged. Yes.
And also, like, it's kind of like a Kiss the Frog and turns into a man type thing. Like, instead of kissing the frog, and then he turns into a prince, you have to fuck the door, and that will turn it into a man, because apparently it's a door shifter that is a son of Zeus. You see, Zeus.
Oh my god!
Listen. You know how, like, there could be like a knot on a tree? Well, Zeus was walking around in a forest. He saw a tree with a little knot, and he decided to fuck it. And then
my god!
That tree had acorns, and those acorns grew into another tree. That tree got cut down, turned into a door. That's
oh my god.
And now this door has fallen in love with this woman.
A sentient door.
Yes, that can enter your dreams and be like, hey, you know what you got to do to turn me into a real boy?
You gotta fuck the door. Nigga, okay. The logic is killing me, because the only thing that makes this make sense is the Zeus element. Because it's fucking Zeus. Like, Zeus was fucking everything. And I would not put it past him to fuck a tree that had a hole. But, like, nigga, that's the splinters in your dick. What are you doing?
But he's a god. He can, like...
You just want to stick your dick in any hole? It's a wooden hole, my guy. What are we doing? You're a god. You can literally have any body. Why are we fucking trees?
Why not?
Because you have actual flesh and blood things that you can stick it in that wouldn't get
bored with that. Been doing that for hundreds of thousands of years. And I'm bored with that.
Been there. Fucked that. Give me a challenge.
Give me a tree.
Goes back in time. Goes back in time so you can fuck a dinosaur. Like, just invents time travel just so he can see what he can fuck in the past and the future.
Like I said, I'm tempted to read it, because even the description, and then, like, reading what other people have to say about it on Goodreads, like, you did not see that I read this on Goodreads, but
you know what's wild? I'm looking through YouTube's selection, for lack of a better word, of the real doll, like, documentaries.
Yeah.
And they're mostly dudes. They're mostly dudes. And I'm like, do women not want? No, I take it back.
Or do women not announce to everyone that
that part? I do remember there was a Vice series called Slut Ever, and they did interview a woman who did have a male sex doll, but she mainly used it for her porn. So it's like,
yeah,
she wasn't in a relationship with it. She just
she
saw it
was
as
trying to
like,
get some clicks, views, and like
it was just another sex toy for her. It was like, you know, cool. But to be like, this is my one and only love. And then they actually had the woman who was doing the like interview. They made her a sex doll, or she like slept with a sex doll. I was like, it was okay. It's like, you know, it felt human, I guess. But you know, it's like, yeah. It's a dildo with extra arms and
with
shit.
100 pounds of extra stuff
That you have to maneuver. Like, you know, you either lay it down and you sitting on it, but it's not gonna do anything for you.
Right, yeah.
And like, dudes don't really need a girl on top, and even if they did, like, I feel like a guy having a sex doll is gonna have more options in terms of positions they like and are in control of than a woman using a male sex doll. It's like, I guess I can just prop you up somewhere. Prop you up and back it up, like, ugh.
Wow, yeah. Where there's a will,
There's a will.
But then that like led me, so like book talk, me googling like, is this a real thing? Which then led to, oh, I guess this one isn't the only one that is like this. I guess like there's a number of like these types of things that are written and available on Amazon for you to read for like $1. There's another one called Stuffed that's about a pillow.
God. What did they do with the pillow?
I don't know.
I thought when you said stuff though, I thought it was gonna be like marshmallows, or like that whipped marshmallow thing.
Oh, there's another one that's about like 2 like balloons called Squeak.
Stop it. I don't know what's worse. You stumbling down this Amazon hellhole of romantic smut shit, or you stumbling down a hole of like fan fiction and finding out what Omega Verse is.
Yeah. I'm not done though. I'm not done though. Because
okay. This is definitely worse.
So then I found out like this is a real type of sexuality. Not that people like fuck doors that happen to be the son of Zeus, but that people like there was a woman who had a commitment ceremony with the Eiffel Tower and was married to the Eiffel Tower for years, changed her last name legally to Eiffel. Oh. She changed her last name to Eiffel.
Shouldn't it be Tower though?
No, it's Eiffel, and she referred to the Eiffel Tower as having she/her pronouns. At some point, her and the Eiffel Tower like got a divorce or broke up or something. Also, like the people who were in charge of the Eiffel Tower at some point started limiting her like being able to. Yes, because they're like,
ma'am, you can't do that. You can't do that.
She's my wife. But
that is so sad.
Oh, but now she's in a relationship with a fence, and they like interviewed her. You should have seen the way she was touching this fence.
Was it in her yard?
I don't know.
Can you imagine some weird woman keeps coming and caressing your fucking fence? I'm calling the cops.
I guess I shouldn't laugh though, because this is some people's like actual sexuality, and then I was like reading like some of the comments underneath, and some people were like,
oh my gosh, she's just like me for real.
Well, some people were saying like they had been having like these romantic feelings towards objects since like whenever sexuality came on for like the other kids, they were like walking home from school like, oh my god, I got the biggest crush on this bridge. Like,
that bridge is thick.
Yeah. So I guess it's a real thing, and I am predicting that we will see more of it, not just because we're becoming like more open about different types of sexualities overall, but also because there are people who who have like given up on like dating humans and are now like have it like getting really deeply emotionally invested into these AI girlfriends.
Oh god.
Which
I hate the fact that Instagram has those little AI chat bots that are
oh, it
based
does?
off. Yes, so this was like this was in the news earlier this week, but yeah, Instagram now has these AI chat bots with their own profiles that are their likeness and voice are based on actual celebrities. I think Kendall Jenner has one that's based on her likeness and voice, but they have a different name and a different personality type bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, there's like, yeah, it's weird. There's Kendall Jenner, there's like Mr. Beast. It's weird.
Yeah, I know that there was like, I think she might have been like an OnlyFans creator who was like really early in the game to like clone herself, and
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
like I said, I didn't know this. Either I didn't know this was a thing, or I didn't like realize this was a thing that had like a name. But like, now that I'm thinking about it,
why would you?
I don't know. Because I'm a psychologist. I'm supposed to know things that are about psychology.
It's
because
so
like
niche though. It's like maybe there's
but
not a whole lot of research into it.
With the rise of AI girlfriends, it won't be niche for long.
Oh no, it's not. No.
Yeah. So
you imagine you're like, your child comes home, I want you to meet somebody, and they bring a whole ass door.
I can imagine they say,
Mom, Dad,
this meet somebody, Dora? And then a fucking hologram materializes.
Mom, Dad, this is Dora. She's a pine with a little bit of mahogany.
Oh, that's another thing. I guess like the door. Okay, so in the story with the door, there's also like a side plot where her landlord is trying to like murder her, and door wants to like save her life. And also the door has a praise kink, which means he likes being told
I
that
know
he
what
is.
A praise kink is.
I didn't. I did not know. I did not know.
But for the audience of one who may not know what a praise kink is, please explain.
He likes being told that he is a good boy and a sturdy door. And like that gets him off. You have to give him compliments.
Off his hinges.
So yeah, that was a rabbit hole that I fell down this week. You're showing me different things. Okay. Oh, also, I have been like trying to revive some of my like old technologies. I got my Furby to work.
Why would you unleash that demon?
Do you want to see him? He's probably not going to do anything but go to sleep right away.
God, yes.
But
bring out that hellish fur ball.
I'll be right back.
Oh my god. You gonna probably got one of them pet dogs too. That is so creepy. Oh my gosh. He looks just like you. He's got your hair.
He's my Furby.
He even still got the tag on it.
Yeah.
Did you have a pooch? Oh God. That's all it does is sleep, huh?
No, if you wake him up, like for a long time, he didn't do anything but sleep. But then, like, I was trying to watch something with my dad, and I had, like, woken him up thinking that he was gonna go back to sleep. And he just kept talking, and Dad's like, can you turn that thing off? I said, it doesn't have an off button.
Well, how'd you turn him back on after 20-some-ass years?
I put batteries in him.
Oh, wow.
And then I just kept messing with him.
Alright, well, maybe he can have his own camera and be a third co-host.
Yeah. I don't know why. Probably because I'm showing him that he's like, no, I'm not going to do anything but sleep and make you look like a completely like crazy person, because I was getting him to work and do things and say stuff and say "wee" when I turned him upside down, and even like burp.
He wants to sleep.
No, you gotta wake up. It doesn't matter that you're old and that you're an old man.
Your Furby's a good, 30 years old? Nah,
No.
not 30. Probably about 25?
Yeah.
He said big sleep. That means death. He wants to die. Yas. Yas.
Say yum. Did you hear that?
Yeah. It's fucking weird. Did you have a Poochie too?
No, what's a Poochie?
The Poochie was the robotic dog. I never got mine to really work.
Well, see, I got him to do stuff.
I mean, the Furbies weren't that intuitive. They just made nonsense ass sounds and had big, ugly eyes. Like, they couldn't really interact with you. I don't know why us as kids wanted one of them. I don't know. What the fuck was wrong with us? I never had one. I'm glad I never had one.
You never had one?
Never had one.
They're so cute.
They are not. No. They're not cute.
Does it gotta look like me?
It looks like your bun, yes.
Yeah.
I do not like them.
Oh, what do you mean?
Yeah, Furbies are fucking creepy.
Don't say that.
You're fucking creepy, Furby. He can't even hear me anyway. He keeps talking about he wants the big sleep. He wants to die.
All right. I put him away. He'll go to sleep eventually.
The only old
that, or I'll forget that he's there, and he'll just be like, and I'll be like, oh my god.
The only old technology I have that I got to work again, this has been at least 4 years now, so I don't even know if it works anymore, was my iPod.
Oh, I still have my iPod. I still have like my original like iPod mini.
No, this one was the one with the screen. It was like the last generation that had the screen. And you could see like the album covers and all that, and you could play movies on it. I can't see any of the video anymore. I can still play the videos. I can't see the videos. I can't see anything visual on the screen anymore, but it still plays the music.
I found my Sony CyberShot from.
The fuck is that?
That is a digital camera. Do you want to see it?
A CyberShot?
Yes, a Sony CyberShot. It's a digital camera. And
Sony. Is that the thing from Home Alone? No, that was an audio recorder.
So, well, it's from 2007. That's when I got it.
I knew a dude who had the recorder from Home Alone.
But also, I want to say that, like, when I picked up my Sony CyberShot and I was looking through the photos, I was like, wow, nostalgia. I need to, like send these to the people who are in the photos. And also, it took better pictures than my last phone. And I was like, damn, I should have never stopped using this thing.
I should look at what's on my
It's just that the phone makes things like...
It's convenient.
Oh, but also, like, I was like, wow, I, like, love it so much. Like, what does a digital camera cost today? And found out, like, there has been a resurgence of people, like, buying up, like, like, old tech like that.
Yep.
Yeah. And I was like...
is all nostalgic for an era that they didn't experience. Like how we were kind of nostalgic for the 80s. I don't think I was ever nostalgic for the 80s, to be quite honest. I wasn't. I'm nostalgic for the 90s as a 90s kid, but I've never wanted to go back to the 80s. I don't think. Like, style-wise, hell no. But in terms of, like technology and media just coming up during that time of creativity, I think would have been fun to experience. You know, the 90s, shit. Looking back at the 90s and early 2000s and some of the fashion, like there's been people making TikToks about some of the fashions, like wearing a skirt over your jeans. Oh God, I did that. I wore a skirt over my jeans. Never a full-blown dress. That's just stupid. Put the skirt over the jeans, the tank top over your polo. Oh God. The 90s weren't very fashionable. They weren't.
I don't know.
I don't think any era was very fashionable. You know what? I take that back. The 1920s, they had some looks. Very classic looks, you know, three-piece suits.
Yeah, if you're
flapper
built
dresses.
straight. Yeah, that's great if you're built straight up and down. It doesn't look good on a curvy body, and I'm not exceptionally curvy, but that I got more curves than that.
Well,
like,
what era would you think had the best looks for curvy people?
Okay, so like I'm thinking the 40s, maybe. Like
is that like the doo-wop era with like the poodle skirts and shit?
I'm thinking specifically of a movie that had like Lawrence Fishburne in it. It was like Lawrence Fishburne and what's that light-skinned lady's name? They took that award from her. She can sing too. She was in Ugly Betty. She was the bad boss. What's her name?
Etta Jones?
No. I'm blanking it. I'm blanking on it. She has a song that makes no sense, talking about sometimes the sun goes around the moon or some shit where it's just kind of like we'd all die.
That sounds. I think I know that song that you're talking about. I used to love that song. Oh my God. I think I know that song.
What is her name? Vanessa Williams. Vanessa Williams. It's a.
I love that song.
It's a movie with Vanessa Williams.
Save the best for last. That was the song.
Yes.
I love that song.
But now, also, what's the name of the movie? Is it American Gangster? Oh, Hoodlum. Yes, Hoodlum.
Sometimes you save the best for last. I haven't heard that song in forever.
We would die if the sun went around the moon.
Yeah, those lyrics don't make no sense.
Thank you, Mike. Yes, it was Vanessa Williams. And it was Hoodlum. And I think
she's a bit confused, but she got the spirit.
Oh wait, it was the early 30s. I take it back. Not 40s, 30s. Okay. 1930s. Because everything that she was wearing in there, like, that looked good. And it was not on some 1920s, you know, straight up and down flapper shit.
Okay, well, yeah, up until I'd say probably the 70s is when fashion was probably most tolerable, because then the 70s, I just started getting a little crazy. Late 60s into the 70s with the colors and the cuts and the bell bottoms, it was weird. It was starting to get weird.
I like the weirdness.
Yeah,
I like the weirdness. I ain't about to fuck a door no matter what kind of dreams I have, but
no, that is fucking weird. What the fuck? Oh my God. Anyway. I don't know, Mike, you missed a lot, my guy.
Yes. It was
stuff like keep Fatima away from Book Talk and Amazon bargain bins, because it's just a
what
mess.
I found a cyber shot amongst my own stuff when I was cleaning up, and I was like, yeah, I'm putting this back in my purse. This is amazing.
Did you find any pictures of Mike? Anything?
Actually, I didn't, because by the time I was in the same city as Mike, I had an iPhone, and then I was taking a bunch of shitty pictures on my iPhone. I have a picture.
Honestly, back in the day, you had to be a good photographer, especially if you had like the disposable ones. Like, you had to make sure your picture was gonna be good, because there were no takebacks. You can't redo it.
I think I have a Polaroid in my storage area. Gotta try to get that to work.
Lord only knows what's on there. Those are the scariest ones to find. A Polaroid.
Oh no, a Polaroid. You like
no, it's scary because you don't know what's
it develops
on there.
it like right away. Like there's nothing.
Oh, one of those Polaroids.
What do you mean? What's on there?
No, I mean like
yeah,
I mean the ones.
Polaroid.
I mean the ones where you had to actually take them someplace to be developed.
No. That's not a Polaroid.
That's even scarier because you don't know what's on there. But yeah, the ones that are instant. Used to have one of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God. Anywho. So have you finished your either books you've been reading?
Oh, you mean Lady, what was it? Lady Jane?
Lady Messy. That's what she is.
Yes, I did finish that. That was.
Does it end with her taking that man as her husband? Her brother-in-law.
No, it doesn't. It ends with her having to marry the dude she was trying to foist on her daughter.
Oh, well. Wait, who was that dude?
I don't know, but like she ended up having to marry him because she needed the money. Like things like went down.
Old as time.
Things went down like bad at the end once a new target found out like all of the rumors that he had heard before were actually true.
This is Jane Eyre, right?
No. This was Lady, I think.
No, I mean the author.
Like Lady Jane or Lady Susan. Lady Susan. It's Jane Austen. Jane Austen.
One of them Janes. Yeah.
It was like Lady Susan.
Her stories don't seem to end happily ever.
Yeah, after. They do, don't they? I don't know. This was my very first Jane Austen read, and I'm a fan.
Didn't she also do Pride and Prejudice or something?
Yes, she did. That's the one she's most famous for.
Does that have a happy ending?
I've never read it. This was the one that I just read was the first one I've ever read.
Well, in case you maybe saw the movie.
I did not see the movie.
Me either. I just always hear that in The Notebook for whatever reason. Just has.
I didn't see that either.
It just has the white girlies by the neck. You know, when you think of like romances or something. Oh my gosh, Love and Prejudice, Pride and Prejudice.
I have seen people taking down The Notebook and saying that it's like awful and misogynist, and God. Like this dude has a problem because I guess like one of the ways that he got her is like when he first saw her, she was on a date with somebody else, and so like she's on the Ferris wheel. She's on the Ferris wheel with her date, and then he like jumps on the Ferris wheel and climbs up to a really high point, and he's like, if you don't agree to go out with me, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna kill myself. And it's just kind of like, okay, well,
bye.
That's abusive. You cannot.
I don't know who you are enough to care if you die. Also, that's not my responsibility. I don't.
Oh, who's this?
Oh, but he's game because she don't have a wedding ring.
Who doesn't have a wedding ring?
Old girl on the Ferris wheel. Get him proposed to.
Oh, okay. Wow. No. Okay. I can't really like
look here,
say yay or nay on that because I've never ever actually seen the movie. I've just seen other people talking about the movie.
Look here, Squared Mo. I hope you never climb anything dangerous to try to ask a woman out. Like, I mean, it's dangerous enough to just come between a man out with a woman and try to take the woman away from him while he's there. You don't know how crazy that man is. He might take the beer bottle next to him and smash you upside the head. Nah.
Actually, I did hear like a story from my own grandmother. Well, she was talking about how like she was on a date, and then like some other dude was like, because my grandmother's name was Freddie, and he was like
Freddie with an I.
Yep. He was like, Freddie, like when you gonna like get rid of this loser and come holler at me and blah blah blah. Like while she was walking down the street, like holding some other man's hand, like, and my auntie was like, and what daddy do about him? She was like, girl, your daddy was the scoundrel that was trying to get me away.
Your daddy was the scoundrel. Wow. Plot twist. Wow.
Yeah.
Grandma.
Yeah.
Wow. Was she married to Grandpa Scoundrel for the rest of her life? Or did
yes,
she divorce
she
him?
was. No, she married him and stayed married to him forever.
I don't know what kind of deal this Mr. Or Mrs. Squared Mo was on.
If he don't get the wedding ring.
Man, you playing a dangerous game. It's hard out in these streets, but good lord, just straight up, just poaching people. Now, let me make.
But that's another thing. Like, back to my actual grandmother, because my cousin was like interviewing her. He was like, "All right, so like, why did you marry Granddad?" And she was like, "Well, because he came back from the war sooner than my other boyfriend."
These hoes ain't loyal. Grandma? Wow. Okay. Let me see if I get this straight. Okay, so grandma was out on the town with this one dude, and then Grandpa Scoundrel was like, "Well, you gonna leave him and get with me?" And then both of them ended up going to war after that encounter. And Grandpa Scoundrel came back before her other boyfriend, so she's like, "Well, the other niggas probably did." So
it's not that she thought he was dead, it's just that she really wanted to leave her home. And she also, like, she thought he was cute.
Wow. I mean, and what era was this?
Oh, it might have been around like so I know she was born at some point in like the 1920s or something. And so it might have been like 30s or 40s around that time.
Man, the dating era was wild. Y'all think nowadays is crazy?
And she had a sister that was like, that she was staying at home to like take care of, who was like very sick and also very mean. So she was like looking to get out of the house.
This is your grandma, right?
This
needs to be a K-drama or something like this. The plot twist, the love triangle. Somebody make this a movie. Wow.
It's a lot.
Wow. Okay, and again, I mean, at least in.
So the movie does it, and then
was that also the 1940s? Wait, I can't remember.
I don't know. The Notebook takes place in like the 50s or whatever.
That era is just wild. You talk about Jesus.
And then in real life, and so like the movie does it, and you have women in real life today saying don't do it, and then grandma was saying, well, grandpa did it, and I guess it kind of worked out because they did get married and have 12 kids. So
God damn.
Yeah, I have an enormous family.
My God. Well, you also have a fat ass, so you probably got it from your grandma. And if your grandma got an ass like you, does grandma got a fatty?
Yeah.
I can see why. Grandpa Scoundrel was like, look here. I like you, and I want you. I'm coming back for that ass. I'm surviving the war for that ass. I mean, at that point, you got to give it to him. He survived the war.
You don't have to.
You don't.
Don't.
Especially,
have to.
But especially now in the year of our Lord 2023, you don't. But back in 1940s, when you couldn't even have a credit card without a man, it's first come, first serve. Your only option as a woman back in the day was to marry a man who could provide, because you just stuck in your mama's house.
Yeah.
So, I can't knock any woman who was of marriageable age before the 1970s, really.
Right.
Yeah,
because you needed men to survive. Yeah.
Right. And I want to think there was more of a sense of friendly competition between the men, where it's like, yeah, if I'm out on a date with a woman and a dude comes up and propositions my woman, I'm not immediately gonna shoot him, kind of thing. It's just like, oh, a challenge. Let me step my game up, or like,
I think they're just gonna fight. Like, I think they're just gonna fight.
Yeah.
Meet me at like no dirty fighting, no like bringing knives to a fist fight, no bringing guns.
Right.
to fight. Just have just fight.
Yeah. But nowadays, Don't even
spin the block.
Don't even catch someone that you're talking to. This isn't even someone that you've proclaimed as your man or your woman. Don't let them catch you looking at somebody's Instagram, and it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
I could see. Well, have you heard of this term called micro cheating?
Oh my god! Is this like last week's what was it, micro dating, or what was that?
I've never heard of that. What's that?
I could have sworn it was you that told me, where it was like when you agree to meet up with somebody for a date, and if you see them and you don't like them, you just leave.
No, that was not me. That sounds rude.
Who was that? No, I could have swore it was you.
It was not me.
I could have swore. Yeah, it was like people will agree.
Yes, micro cheating. Micro cheating is a thing. So micro cheating is when you like develop like an emotional connection to someone, but you're already in a primary relationship, such as like a marriage. So like, let's say you're married and you're scrolling through your Facebook or Instagram and then messaging people that you knew like way back in the day.
That's emotional cheating. There's already a term for that. Why do you always gotta make up something?
Yeah. Throw her away. I'm
getting male energy from Squared Mo. I'm guessing, I feel like this might be a dude. Because guys can emotionally cheat too.
Well, okay, so I'll give you a case in point. So
she belongs to the streets.
So a couple of years ago, I got like some messages from a guy that
I was right.
I went on we had like one date, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like a date. Like,
was this the guy with muscles?
No.
Okay.
He had muscles though. He had like bright curly hair. He was very, very cute. Aww. And we watched, what's that movie with Tupac and Janet Jackson? Poetic Justice. Yes, we watched Poetic Justice. We made out
during Poetic Justice?
Yeah. I know. It's a sad movie.
This is how I know you're older than me, if you saw Poetic Justice in theaters.
We didn't see it in theaters. I saw it
at a drive-thru?
We saw it in his dorm room.
Oh, okay. On VHS. Classy.
Or DVD, and yeah, there were DVDs.
Oh, okay.
And we made out, and so and then
did something die? I remember a post truck. I want to say somebody died.
Yeah, his cousin that he was trying to get to died, and then it ends with like him taking all of the equipment, but his I guess like the sister didn't want to give him the equipment because they wanted to sell it because they wanted the money. He was like, no, he would have wanted me to have it. Like it was a thing, and he was.
No, I thought somebody died in the post truck. I have to go watch the movie. I've not watched that movie either.
No.
It's on my list of like classic black movies I've still not seen.
You should watch it.
I love the soundtrack though.
With a guy who's gonna like you're gonna forget all about this, and then like 20 years later he's gonna like send you a text like, hey, you've been on my mind for a while. Yeah. So like this is the thing. So he contacts me, and then we're going back and forth, and I was like, okay, so like I've seen like your Facebook. Aren't you married? Aren't you married? I was like, I don't see your wife in any of the pictures, but like, where these 3 kids come from? But he was like, we're divorced, and I was like, oh, okay.
Cerebral Tyrannus. I feel like you're a little biased there. I know who you are.
The concept of micro cheating?
No, the concept of a primary and secondary relationship.
I
know who this is. So they have primary and secondary relationships.
Well, the primary relationship is a relationship, and the other one is that
the problem. The thing is, everybody gotta be on the same page. That's the thing.
If it's not an open relationship, then
exactly.
But no, this is the thing. So like we're texting like back and forth, and Oh, that's another thing. He didn't say he was divorced. He said like, "Oh, we're on the outs."
Separated. Oh,
He was like saying like we're on the outs, and I was like, "Well, like how far out?" Like I was like, "Do you guys like live in the same house?" He was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Do y'all sleep in the same bed?" I was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Is she laying next to you right now?" And he was like, "Actually, yeah." And I was like, "So you're married?
Wow.
You're
Bruh,
on the way."
mental gymnastics. Oh, we on the outs, but we still share the same house and the same bed. And actually, I just fucked her an hour ago. Bruh.
And then I didn't hear from him for like a year, and then he like texted me again, like, "I am divorced now. Like, can I take you out?" And I was like,
you though?
Right.
Send me a copy of the divorce certificate. And did you sign it?
Yeah.
I saw a petty revenge Reddit story about how this man got a divorce from his wife of like 21 years or something, and never signed the divorce papers. So technically, when he married the second wife, who was the woman he had cheated on his first wife with, their marriage was technically null and void, and the first wife knew he didn't sign the marriage, the divorce papers, and waited like 2 years to then be like, "Oh, and by the way, your marriage is null and void," and sent the documentation, which I don't know what she would gain from that other than
I can tell you. I can
okay.
tell you. He was really playing games with his life, like not like making sure that that divorce all the way went through, because if at any point he had gotten to like a serious car accident, the hospital's gonna say like, "You're his wife and you get to decide whether or not to pull the plug." Like,
okay, but that's in her favor though. Like, she could have held on to that. What benefit was it for
probably for herself. Like, maybe at this point she wanted to get married, so she was like, "Okay, finally, okay. I'm gonna like, you need to
maybe 4 years of alimony or whatever it was.
Like, you need to sign these papers."
Some people were saying in the comments though, like they would have waited until he died, so that she got all of the inheritance or whatever he had, because it would go to
Social Security would automatically
all of that.
Yeah, go to her.
That's what I would have done. That I would have been like, okay, you can be married, and then when you die, everything comes to me and my live-in boyfriend. Been with a man this whole time, not actually married, because
not even die, just have a brush with death. I'm gonna be like, "Do not resuscitate."
Right, call me in years later, be like, "Okay, ma'am, I know you say you're his wife and you have that, that certificate, but this certificate is older than yours, so she gets the final say." I pulled the plug. Can I do it? Let me do it. Let me do it in front of his wife. Yeah, how's it feel, bitch? He's still mine. He's still mine. Have fun with the funeral.
So yes, micro cheating.
It's just emotional cheating with a smaller word because people can't pronounce emotional.
No, I don't know. I don't know what's the difference between micro cheating and emotional cheating. I think they might be the same.
It is the same. The way you described it, it's the same.
But
I would say the difference would be how long it goes on. Like, micro cheating is however length of time you've been scrolling through Instagram and hearting all these people's pictures. That's micro cheating. But emotional cheating is a sustained conversation and relationship with somebody outside of your relationship. Because there are some women who will get really mad if they catch their dude liking other women's pictures. Let alone women they don't know. Like, Instagram models that are on Instagram for attention on purpose. They're not here to steal your man. They're here to look pretty and present an aesthetic. And he's liking it because, like, oh yeah, I like fat ass. My girl got a fat ass. There's another fat ass. Here's a heart. Some people will still consider that cheating.
I would like it. I wouldn't like it. What do you mean you liked her fat ass because you like my fat ass? You come over here just like my fat ass. Like, no.
This is what I'm talking about. You're the problem. You're the problem. Mm-hmm. You say, I am.
I'm the problem. I am the danger. All of that.
Listen, I'm the type to be looking over my man's shoulder like, yo, that's a fat ass. Give it a heart. Give that a heart.
No.
Send me her Instagram. I'll give her a heart. I'm supporting women over here.
Do not be laying in bed next to me talking to somebody you watched Poetic Justice with 20 years ago talking about we on the outs. And that means...
Well, we've got two sides in the chat. We have Square Mo, who is not for micro cheating or emotional cheating or whatever the people want to call it. That is high-key cheating.
Thank you.
But I am on the side of Cerebral in that it needs to be an open conversation. It's not for me. I'm not for an open relationship with primary, secondary, whatever you want to call it, where you have multiple partners. That's just not me, because I don't like to share. But I have respect for people who have kept that line of communication open and have healthy relationships with multiple people without jealousy and all that bullshit that happens, because you'll have other instances where people will enter into an open relationship because that's what the other partner wants, but they know damn well that's not the kind of lifestyle they want. Don't do that.
I have a friend who, like, him and his girl were together, and then she moved down to Florida, and then she was
Florida. Was it Miami? Was it Miami?
I think it was.
She belongs to the streets now.
And then she was like, how about we open up our relationship? And he was like, let's break up. Let's break up.
Right. Just break up. Why are we opening up the relationship?
Yes, an actual open relationship is like I think that can be beautiful. But
But why are we coming up with this after I'm already out of the state? Like, if we're gonna do an open relationship on top of long distance, we should have already been in the makings of an open relationship while we're still in each other's face. Because as far as I understand with open relationships, you still gotta meet the other partner. You gotta meet who the other person is.
Do you? I don't know.
Cerebral, do you still gotta meet the other partner in an open relationship?
I think people who are in open relationships have all different types of ways of like navigating this, and those are ground rules that you need to that you have to set. It should be set before you meet somebody. I feel like it's kind of dirty pool to be flirting with your coworker.
I gotta meet who your other partner's gonna be. Hypothetical Ashley needs to meet who you dealing with. Like, yeah, it would be better if you don't meet them, because then you're not dealing with like comparison of like what they got that I don't have, that they had to find another partner and da, da, da. But for all
that, I know that I know it's not for me, because also if I meet the other person, like, I'm going to torture myself with that information.
Yep. And this is why I can't do
it. And it's not even you doing it to me. I'm going to do it to myself.
Exactly. And that's the thing. You have to know who you are for certain relationships. You're not going to pressure me into an open relationship, because I'm already telling you what the problem's going to be in an open relationship. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. I don't want this. I'm going to make this difficult. We're breaking up.
Yeah. But also, should our relationships be so fragile that where if somebody mentions like the possibility of an open relationship, it's like, I think that means we need to break up.
It's definitely the first. That's my knee-jerk reaction.
Right.
I'm not gonna say it, but it's at the top of my head of like, we're probably gonna break up. But let me humor this conversation. Why do you think we need to be in an open relationship now?
Because I met somebody while I was scrolling through Instagram.
Okay. And what are you gaining from us opening the relationship? What am I not providing for you? Maybe it's something that I can possibly do for you. And then if it's not something, and not something I'm not willing to compromise with, then I can be like, no, I'm still not going to be open to an open relationship.
No, you're not going to be able to do everything. You're not going to be able to be a totally different person, which is obviously what they want to do.
But sometimes it's not about you being a totally different person. It might just be that 10% thing that you aren't providing in the relationship that they want from somebody else. And if that's not something that you can provide or not willing to allow them to seek that outwards and still maintain the relationship y'all have, then you might just gotta break up. But for some people, the solution can just be, all right, you got somebody on the side. I'm not that person.
Yeah, I'm not that person either.
I'm not that person. I can barely maintain my own emotional healthiness. Having a partner is another emotional well-being I need to be wary of. And now you want another person because I'm not doing enough for you? No, I'll just go back to being single. I'm tired.
Also, don't be lying. If somebody asks you, like, are you married? You could just say yes instead of saying, like, giving me some sob story about we're on the outs and we don't really connect and we haven't connected for years. Okay, but she's laying in the bed right next to you. Like,
listen, I'm not your couple therapist. This is what you need to be talking about in couples therapy. Not with the chick that you made out with watching Poetic Justice in your dorm room 20 years ago. Just because you happened to see her profile.
Right, while you were scrolling.
And it's crazy. When he'd contact you at like 2 a.m. or some bullshit?
It was at night, but it wasn't like anything crazy.
Whenever dudes reach out to me late at night and we have not been maintaining a regular conversation online, I always assume they're on some bullshit and or are drunk. Like, I just got a message from this dude the other night, and it's weird because he always be texting me at like, or not texting me, he'd be on Instagram at like 4 a.m. and I will just happen, because I don't like seeing that I have messages, I don't like seeing that little alert on my Instagram app, so I'll click on it just to make it go away, and I just so happen to see him message me, talk about, oh hey, sorry for the late reply, such and such and such. Now listen, a late reply is like an hour. I need to check our backlog. The last time I messaged him was September 16th. And he gonna hit me back with some sorry for the late text.
You know what?
What are you doing for Halloween? I left it on red. Like, nigga, I'm not entertaining. I'm not entertaining this conversation. You'll see what I did for Halloween when I post the pictures, if I do anything for Halloween. Because what the fuck, dude? You texted me at 4 or 5 a.m. on Instagram 4 weeks later, and every time you tend to text me, it's at 4 or 5 in the morning. I don't know.
Maybe he's an early riser. Maybe he's a rise and grind guy who gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Well, guess what, nigga? Like, guess what? 4 a.m. on a Friday, or was technically now Saturday morning, I'm going to fuck the bed. That's the only reason you catching me on Instagram at 4 or 5 in the morning is I'm making sure all my app alerts are off and I'm going to fuck the bed. And I know he sees in the messages that I saw and I read what he posted, but I'm not responding. How about I wait 4 weeks to let you know, oh yeah, Halloween was great. How's Thanksgiving?
Oh, Ashley, you're so mean.
I'm not.
Well, actually, yeah, because I've been reading like a lot of people like during the pandemic, like
according to Square Mo and Cerebral, they said that's
they like lost track of time.
I don't want to hear that.
And having
no.
Lost track of time, accidentally ghosting people.
I don't know. You have a phone in your goddamn hand and it has a clock.
Huh?
And a calendar.
He's hoping you feel lonely during that time. Yeah. Because he only has to like break your defenses down like one time. So you get like,
he don't
random.
know me. He don't know me. No, sir. If you see my Instagram, you know I'm not that bitch. I'm not lonely. Are you kidding me? No.
But he is. So
yeah.
like,
well, don't project your loneliness on me, sir, because you're getting no sympathy over here.
Ashley's mean.
What?
I said you're mean.
I'm not mean. That's coming from you. How dare you? I'm not mean. I'm just not empathetic.
I mean, he got back to you.
Fucking months. I'm gonna be talking to some other dude semi-regularly when I just want to talk to somebody random. Non-sexual. might I ask.
Okay. So you can see the chat. I cannot see the chat.
Yeah.
Did we lose Mo Squared?
Nope. There he is.
And they came in after.
I have a secondary. I do not have a secondary. I don't even have a primary. Okay. You know what? Technically, okay, if we're talking in terms of like chat buddies, then yes, I do have a primary chat buddy, but even then I only talk to him like, I don't know, once every 4 weeks maybe. But
is he a real person?
Yes, he's a real person. I think I told you he was the dude I met at Otakon.
Yeah. Are you gonna go out with him again?
I mean, that boy probably lives somewhere on the East Coast and he's a firefighter. So I don't know what that schedule looks like. And we're both broke anime fans. So we probably only see each other at like another convention somewhere on the East Coast. So
yeah. Okay. But you guys could like deliberately meet up at the next convention.
We could. Oh, actually, I did challenge him to try to find me at another convention because I was saying how when I was younger, I was really good at sneaking up on family members and then just dragging them off. It was something I did. Yeah, it was funny. I used to do it to my I had an aunt that was like a little shorter than me, and I would like sneak up behind her, cover her mouth, and just drag her away. And I did that, and like at Thanksgiving, where it's like there were plenty of people around that could have seen her, but they didn't notice, and I just dragged her off, and she came back like,
yeah. I'm going to be thinking about that for the rest of the week. How easy it is to just get dragged away.
It was so weird because I'm like 110 pounds soaking wet, so it amazed me that I was able to like take out people. Granted, my aunt was smaller than me, but yeah, I used to do that with my friends too. It's just a party trick. But he said, yeah, I'm kind of good at that too. And I was like, oh, all right, well, I'll challenge you next time you see me at a convention. He's like, all right, bet. So the game is on.
Wow.
Which is going to be kind of hard to like figure out who he is because he cosplays as Ghost from Call of Duty.
I've never.
There's a lot of Ghost cosplayers. It's a whole subsection of TikTok. People like dress as Ghost and doing like implied sexual stuff. Is interesting. Now I can't even go on TikTok without getting all those suggested videos because he makes those videos, but they're not like overtly sexual, but because he's a part of that subsection and I'm just clicking on his videos just to support him, which he don't need my support because this boy gets at least 50 million on a TikTok and he only got like 5. It's ridiculous. I gotta try to find his videos. But
not that I need to like I've never been on TikTok. I got like a whiff of TikTok. Don't do book it. Talk like sneaking TikTok into my YouTube shorts.
TikTok is so annoying.
And that sent me down the rabbit hole that led me to that romance story between that woman and that door.
The woman in the door. I can't with it. Nope, we have no mutual con plans. I still gotta figure out what my 2024 convention schedule is looking like. Why I call him buddy? I mean, because he's a buddy. Like, I ain't trying to like...
I have a cousin from Mississippi. He calls every man buddy.
Okay. Actually, I think we have the same birthday. Me and Ted Bundy.
Oh, that's disturbing.
If not Ted Bundy, it was definitely another well-known serial killer. We share the same birthday. Hold on, let me look it up real quick.
Yikes.
I think it was, who was the one who was like, oh no, I think it was Ted Bundy. The one that was like really attractive and then was like,
that's Ted Bundy.
So hot. Yeah, I think it might have been Ted Bundy.
No, they say he's attractive.
No, not Ted Bundy. We're close. Ted Bundy's birthday is 3 days before mine. There was somebody. Who was the one that was eating people?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Was it Dahmer?
From Milwaukee. Yeah.
From your state. Woo woo.
From my city.
Was it Dahmer? I noticed there's a lot of serial killers born in November. Oh, nope. Dahmer is a day after me. No, he died a day after me.
Wow.
I was like, am I the reincarnation of Jeffrey Dahmer? No, he died in 1994.
Jeez.
I'm not the reincarnation of Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh.
He's one of the ones eating. Yeah, a lot of serial killers. You know, they like to like recycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
A lot of serial killers were Sagittariuses, so...
Who else was eating people, though?
I mean, who wasn't?
I wonder, well, there's probably a whole bunch of people eating people. Not even on some Survivor stuff, just for fun. Right. We just don't know who they are, because they don't. Because he ate a lot of people before they caught him.
Yes, he did. Hopefully, the FBI that's probably watching my Google searches does not put me on any list.
Oh, yeah. Or me. Because I talked about the horse. Jesus. The horse man.
Yeah, they gonna put you on a different kind of list. Keep your animals away from Fatima.
I'm not condoning eating hussy. Like, I'm not. Hussy. I'm not.
Let's see. Derek Bird was November 23rd. Oh, that rhymed. Ted Bundy was November 24th. Kristen Gilbert was November 13th. Belle Guinness was November 11th. Dennis Nilsson, the British Jeffrey Dahmer.
There's a what? 23rd. I never knew that there was a British Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of... I don't really like how many serial killers were born within the same week of me. And I do love my real crime in Forensic Files. I'll go to sleep to Forensic Files.
I've been binging Stephanie So's like content. And sometimes she has murders, and sometimes she has just interesting stories from China. So like
I think I know who you talk about. Wait, is that what was her name again?
FBI, come get your girl.
Actually, no. I have the same birthday as Jimi Hendrix and Bruce Lee, so
and a whole bunch.
If I were to kill someone, it would be with music or kung fu. That'd be wild. You just hear a guitar, and the next thing you getting throat chopped.
Yeah. Next thing you know, there's a foot.
Kung Fu Killer Wolf, bitch.
Oh my god.
No, but what was the what was the
There was a real man. There was a real man who was like in love with a horse, and he wrote a whole article.
A whole wife eating the horse out while his wife is just waiting in the house for her turn. If she gets a turn. She probably don't.
I don't know. He wrote about how he wanted the laws changed because he really would love to like walk down the street with his horse.
First of all, ain't no laws gonna let you walk down the road with no damn horse. They trying to outlaw having the horses drawing carriages anyway. Your horse is too goddamn big to just be on the sidewalk, sir. What are you talking about? Just go eat your
like on a date. Like
no. Better have a stay-at-home date. Over here shitting on the sidewalk as it's walking by. Get out of here with that. No. You're weird.
We're all weird. That woman was married to the Eiffel Tower, but like, yeah. Yes, Stephanie So. I love her content. I really love what she was saying about like she's come up with like what she calls like the China verse, where it's like all of these stories coming out of China, such as the billionaire who gives his ex-girlfriends like $1 million severance. Like, okay,
so like when they break up.
Yes, when they break up, like here's $1 million for you to honor that NDA and go away.
Oh, okay. So the chick that I watch is Dark Asia with Megan.
Okay, I haven't
Yeah,
heard
she's
about her.
Korean. She does a lot of
Stephanie So is Korean American.
Yeah, the Korean girlies beyond the
Yeah.
murder cases. But yeah, Dark Asia with Megan, she covers a lot of Asian crime stories that of course aren't going to get covered over here.
Even the titles for Stephanie So stuff is just kind of like, I think one that I've been meaning to watch is like the YouTuber who like, the streamer who like died on stream and then somebody stole her body and then sold it.
Oh my god.
And that was all in the title.
The last one I watched from Dark Asia with Megan was Baby Found in Kimchi Container.
Oh, you gotta watch those kimchi containers. I saw one where
I didn't know kimchi containers could be that big.
They can be big. They can be big because I saw one where it was a woman who had killed her first and second husband and kept them in kimchi containers.
Wild.
And she had a kid. She had a kid in there that was like running around suffering, like because the smell was bad, and also she didn't let the kid go to school, and also I don't think she had him in the hospital, so he was just like a completely unregistered person. Yeah.
Wow. And again, we're single. I don't watch those kimchi containers. So many quotes from you today, Fatima. Pussy and kimchi containers. Watch out.
Yeah.
Put that on a t-shirt. Watch out for them kimchi containers.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I have to get going. It's been nice talking to you, and I love that we have an audience.
Right, we have 2 people. 1 new person.
We have doubled our...
Look at that. What happened to our other watcher?
Well, we were inconsistent, and then he went away.
And he's in France, and the time difference is wild. Yeah. So, we got a question from Square Mo.
No.
Ethiopian?
No, I'm not. But that's a common guess.
Yeah. I get that a lot too. Not my avatar, but real me. I get Nigerian. I get that a lot. I don't know why. Is it the forehead? I don't know.
Is it the booty?
I know it ain't the booty on me, but Africans tend to have nice booties. I'm just black. Blackity black.
I'm also just black with 2 black
high
parents.
High.
It's not that high. It's not
that high. I mean, compared to me.
Well, we've never actually met in real life.
You've seen my profile picture on.
But you've seen, yeah. But like how like dark or light I look.
That was me. Prime. I'm in a bikini, ma'am. That is prime summertime. Blackity black. That's as dark as I'm probably gonna get. Me.
I look very different depending on the lighting. is what I think. Like I have side by side pictures of myself where it's just kind of like.
Square Mo don't believe you.
What?
He says you're not black.
23 of me
next time. It's cerebral to
beige, fluorescent beige.
Yep.
Oh, now you're coming for me like my, like my makeup. Because like when I had more money and I get stuff from MAC, they have like more money to spend on things such as like branding and naming, giving things like giving a shade like a really nice name, like and Crayola. Then once I started buying like the drugstore brands, they're like, no, you're not like sun-kissed orange or like
bitch, you're fluorescent beige.
I have a lot of makeup that just says beige and true beige and actually beige, and I was like, that's rude.
Dicky, khaki.
Y'all are rude. Like Elf is rude. L'Oreal and Revlon.
You're Ethiopian Java.
Thank you.
But you don't need no more ego boost. See, because she used to come on these shows, and if we ain't say that her hair looked nice today, she'd have a whole hissy fit for like the first 5 minutes. You like when I did my
Well,
hair?
it's all
my hair
wrapped up.
different?
It's all wrapped up in a bun. Okay, so like we didn't do the show last week, so you missed the red gel catastrophe that was my hair last week.
Yeah, I'm upset I missed
remember
that.
I bought all those colored gels and I've been trying to like use them all.
You used them all at once.
That shit got everywhere. Like
it looked like a murder scene in your bathroom.
And it made me look like Ice Spice. And
you look like a munch.
Dad asked me, I was in the car with my dad, and he was like, why are you sitting straight up like that? And I was like, I'm trying to not to let my hair touch the back of the seat. Because it's going to stain. It's going to stain all of this. I'm still walking around the house with a magic eraser trying to wipe the red dye out of everything. Yeah.
Damn. Well, at least you know what you can be for Halloween this year.
Yeah, I can if I want to risk that. Nope, I'm not ever touching that again. I might do like one streak, like one twist, but like no, I had twisted up my hair. I untwisted it with the gel in it, and it looked like my hands, like they were all red. It looked like I had committed a murder, and we both know that that's your thing, and not mine.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm not even going to deny that because I might just have to kill a bitch.
Not me though.
You're trying to lower yourself on the list now, huh? Okay. Well, before somebody gets killed by Mike, because Mike won't get mad at us for going too long.
Yeah.
I've been Ash. That's been Ice Spice.
No, I've been Fatima.
Been Fatash.
Goodbye.